She stood frozen by the window, fingers pressed to her lips, watching the shadows outside grow longer as the evening sun dipped below the rooftops. The doctor's words were still ringing in her ears, heavy, sharp, impossible to swallow. Eamonn Holmes, her husband, her anchor, her safe place. Diagnosed. The word felt poisonous. She blinked rapidly, but the tears still spilled down her cheeks. An hour had passed since they returned home from the hospital, and Eamonn was resting upstairs, exhausted from a day filled with tests, questions, and answers they never wanted. Ruth tried to breathe, but each breath felt like glass in her lungs. The house was too quiet. Usually, Eamonn would be making jokes from the living room, teasing her for overwatering the plants, or telling her she made the best tea in the universe when he wanted an extra biscuit. He always filled the space with warmth. Now the silence swallowed everything. How do you fight something you can't even see? She wondered. Her phone buzzed on the table. Messages from friends, colleagues, producers. She couldn't open any of them. She couldn't form the words, "Eamonn, he's ill, and I'm terrified." She leaned against the counter, covering her mouth as she felt another wave of emotion rise in her chest. Then she heard footsteps. Slow, careful, familiar. Eamonn leaned against the doorframe, a tired smile on his face. "Thought I'd find you hiding down here." His voice cracked slightly, but he tried to sound lighthearted. He always tried, even now. Ruth wiped her face quickly. "You should be in bed." "And miss you crying by yourself? Not a chance." She couldn't hold it in anymore. She rushed to him, burying her face into his chest as tears shook her entire body. His arms wrapped tightly around her, strong, comforting, the same way he held her on their wedding day, the same way he held her through every fear, every storm. But this storm felt different. I can't," she choked out. "Eamonn, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to help you." He placed a finger beneath her chin, lifting her face. His eyes, warm, steady, brave, met hers. "Ruth," he whispered, brushing her tears with his thumb, "you're helping me right now." "How? I'm falling apart." "Exactly," he said with a small smile. "You're real. You're you. And that's what I need." Ruth shook her head. "I'm supposed to be strong for you." "And you are," he said gently. "Strength isn't pretending nothing hurts. It's standing with me even when everything does. And you're doing that better than you know." She rested her forehead against his, closing her eyes. "I'm scared." "Me too," he whispered. The confession hit her harder than the diagnosis itself. Eamonn had always been the strong one, the man who could carry the world on his shoulders without complaint. Hearing his fear made her heart break in a different way. But it also lit something inside her. A spark, a vow. Ruth took his hands in hers. "Then we'll be scared together, but we're fighting this. We're not giving up." Eamonn exhaled, a small breath of relief. "That's my girl." She guided him to the sofa and wrapped him in a blanket. She made his tea exactly how he liked it. Too much sugar, not enough milk. He teased her for fussing over him, and she told him to hush. As the soft glow of a lamp filled the room, they sat there, fingers intertwined, breaths slow, hearts steadying. The diagnosis was real. The fear was real. But so was the love. And Ruth realized something powerful. Maybe she was breaking, but she wasn't breaking alone. And because of that, she would not stay broken.